Hey everybody, welcome back to Rebootleggers. This is a comedy podcast where we reboot everything. I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Serra.
You can basically consider us the Bonnie and Clyde of reboots.
Yeah.
But we're both men.
But both dudes.
Both dudes, and
we haven't gotten caught yet? Does that work with the analogy?
they did get caught, and then they died? They killed themselves? Did he drive off a
we
cliff?
we haven't gotten caught yet.
Yeah.
One day, maybe.
One day maybe we will, but it's not yet. Anyway, the Generous Ant last week turned out to be incredibly well received, and we're gonna keep our trend of children's books going. They're books, right? Yes.
Yeah, they're books. Yeah, we're gonna keep our. Wait, hold on. We called it our series is called The City of Gears and Iron, right? So we're gonna come at you hot with City of Gears and Iron Part 2: subheading The City of Ash this week.
So it's one city : another city.
Mm-hmm. The series is called The City of Gears and Iron series.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because but also the first movie is about the City of Gears and Iron.
Right.
We're just gonna hope everybody can figure that out, and that we don't have to put a whole paragraph on the movie poster.
Yeah, kind of like the Maze Runners.
Yeah,
I think.
how like only the first movie has a maze at all.
Uh-huh.
But you just know that now it's the same movie series, and there's no more mazes.
Mm-hmm. They're like in like the third Hunger Games movie. There's no more Hunger Games, and then also in the fourth Hunger Games.
Well, there's
movie.
no more games, and there's no more hunger. It's separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So the movie posters changed it, but the original book titles it was The Hunger, Games.
Mm-hmm.
It was just Hunger and Games separately.
Yeah, that is what happened, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. The movies did a good job with their revamp.
They did. And so, the book we want to tackle this day in the year of our Lord 2018 is The Little Engine That Could.
Mm-hmm. The story of a triumphant train
engine
that pulls a load of cargo up a hill. Cargo changes based on which version of the story you read.
I mean, specifically, it's an engine that pulls a train.
Yeah. It is about the engine, not the train, and that can be something.
That can be something. Now,
so the source material is pretty brief, so I guess we might as well just go through it.
Yeah, hit me with that source material.
Yeah, so there's multiple versions of the story, but we're just going to go with the popularly accepted kind of scenario. So there is a load of cargo that needs to get pulled. So sometimes it's like coal, sometimes it's actually like another train engine that got broken and needs help. I think in a much later adaptation, it's just a load of presents for children.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Christmas, but it's a bunch of toys.
Mm-hmm.
So then the person who needs the cargo shipped around goes to a bunch of big, fancy, strong train engines and says, "Can you help me? Can you help me?" And they all say no.
Yeah.
So then there's nobody left except for the little engine that could. But they don't know that they can yet, so they're just the little engine right now.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're just a little engine. I can't. Nah, man."
Yeah, and the little engine says, "I will try my best."
I will try my best.
It does. The little engine kind of sucks at it. It's very slow, and the hills are very big. Let's also discuss the fact, I don't know a ton about trains, but I don't think that trains do a lot of hill maneuvering. We tend to just tunnel through mountains, right?
Well, sometimes.
So,
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. It's never going to be perfectly straight, right? But in the book, this train is climbing like a 60-degree peak.
Yeah, and that's hard to do for trains.
The little engine is hauling this cargo, and just it's succeeding. It's very slow. It's much slower than the other train engines, but it succeeds. The entire time, it's saying to itself, "I think I can," and that's kind of that kind of becomes its motto. It becomes its
mantra,
whole world, really. Yeah, and it eventually gets to the station, and then the little engine goes, "Whoo! I thought I could, and I did."
Right.
And that's the end of the book. It's basically just, if you never stop working hard, you'll eventually succeed.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an allegory of the, it can be capitalism or the American dream or whatever, however you want to spin it.
Yeah, and so we've in a rare moment of professionalism, you could call it. We've prepared a little bit in advance. And so in the last episode, we did mention there are other cities in the Generous Ant world, one of which being the city of Ash, and we feel the little engine that could would fit very nicely into that city.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that Frank had is that the engine is powering the city of Ash and like producing the ash. And we're gonna go from there. Now, why is the engine in the city of Ash, Frank? Did they build it?
So yeah, this is gonna have a little bit more world building in our City of Gears and Iron universe. So in the titular city, the City of Gears and Iron, we didn't really outline a real purpose for the city. It's just kind of it's just a big bustling metropolis with very little trees. So the City of Ash, I think, is going to be more targeted. I really want it to be some kind of industrialist machine city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Like, obviously the train is a big deal. Have you seen the terrible Chris Evans movie Snowpiercer?
Not yet. I've been meaning to.
Never mind.
Okay. That's about a train, though.
It is about a train, and the train is the world because they all live in the train.
Right, they live in the train forever.
Now, that's not what I was proposing, but the train was a city-sized train in scope and size, and I really like if...
the little engine is a big engine?
Yeah, what I'm imagining, exactly. The little engine that could is kind of the core brain of the City of Ash, but it's just so built and layered that it's no longer recognizable as its original form.
Yeah, no one is even... So that'll even... I think that would be like a reveal later on, is we delve into the depth of the city, and it turns out, the city is powered by a train that's being kept stationary, but just still can.
Always can.
Always can.
Could and will and is. I think with that setup, our little engine is not actually the main character.
No. Which makes it hard as a property of so is our main character just the boy from the Generous Ant again?
We could have the boy from the Generous Ant visit the City of Ash. I would like to do so the City of Ash is a machine city. I want robot citizens doing robot jobs, right? Everything is about maintaining the engine of the City of Ash, right? They have some kind of export. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
But I think what I want. The boy from the City of Gears and Iron, his only identifier is the boy, because he's the boy from the Giving Tree, who has no name. I really want him to pick up an ally from the City of Ash later in his story. And so I want a City of Ash robot drone servitor, whatever we want to call them.
Okay.
To go off script, to get
his code, he acts against his programming,
as the kids say. Yeah.
Okay, what is there a children's book about a robot that we could put in, that we could take him from?
That we could do. That's a great question. I can't think of any off the dome piece.
Let me look. So here's a thing that I was looking at, and maybe we can find something here.
Child book robot.
We can go back. I want to just going back to Shel Silverstein right quick. He's got a book called Falling Up, which is a collection of poems. And there are many characters in this. So let me just give you, and here's what I love, is the Wikipedia summaries of these poems are brief, to the point, and give us a lot of room. So for instance, Alison Beale and her 25 eels. A girl has 25 pet eels which can do all sorts of things. End of description. Bad cold.
Oh, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything we can pull in for some characters. Here's one called Bad Cold. A man has a serious cold as he sneezes on anything he can find.
All right.
A man...
Anything about machines.
How about this one? It's called Carrots. A boy hears that carrots are good for your eyes, but after sticking them in his, he wonders if maybe he misunderstood.
That's very clever.
That's terrible. The kid stabbed
that would hurt so much.
Dentist Dan. Let's see. Don the Dragon. Hello?
All right. I'm thinking the dragon is good. So I think. Okay. The city of Ash is industrial. It is a manufacturing, refining, smelting, foundry type place.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's lots of fire and jets of fire and lava pools, so dragons would fit. Is it an actual dragon that resides in the city of Ash?
I don't know. Maybe it's...
Or is it like a mechano beast that is called the dragon?
Who rules the city of Ash? Is it the dragon?
I don't know if...
We didn't give the city of Gears and Iron ruler a name. That's just the king.
No, we didn't. Yeah, it's just the king. It could be the dragon. Okay, we can do a Wizard of Oz thing. The dragon is operating the little engine in the city of Ash, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe it's enslaved. We can do like a...
Now, here's a children's book called Robot Rumpus.
Robot Rumpus. Now, is that what it sounds like?
When a young girl's parents go out for the evening, they think they've left their daughter in safe hands with robots designed to get her to bed. There's Cookbot to make great spaghetti for dinner, Cleanbot to do the washing up, Washbot for Bathtown. Now hold up.
Bathtown?
Bath time, sorry. Cleanbot does the washing up, but then Washbot doesn't? And even Bookbot for bedtime story. What could possibly go wrong? Well, what if Washbot doesn't want to wash anymore?
It's a robot. It doesn't have a choice. Oh, that's the plot.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so we're at the Robot Rumpus. Let's forget the dragon.
Okay.
So the little engine that could powers the city and powers all of it, all of the operations. It's there's a wireless, there's a remote power grid throughout the city for all the machines. Go
on. Get there.
Yes, the little engine that could is like a think nuclear generator power crystal situation.
Mm-hmm.
At one time, it was an engine, many aeons ago.
I think, too, what we need to decide is, did they build it that way, or was it like this optimistic go-getter can-do engine, and then they saw an opportunity to exploit it?
Yes. Okay. So the little engine that could said yes when someone asked for help. Let's make that pathological.
Yeah, the
little engine that could was a people pleaser. To the point. Okay. It just could not say no to people that needed its help and its power.
That makes it super sad.
Right? And so it keeps finding ways to become stronger so that it can help more people. And just more energy output, more power. It went nuclear at some point in the year 11,000 AD. Like, we haven't really established whether the City of Gears and Iron is far in the future or far in the past or an alternate universe. We don't really...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So, the little engine that could just wanted to help. Over a period of millennia, it became stronger and stronger with the explicit purpose of trying to help more people.
Mm-hmm.
At some point along the way, what happened? It begins to lose its identity.
Well, yeah, I was just imagining some people heard about this engine that was unstoppable, and so they were like, hey, we should just take that and use it to power our city. We should just trap it. Oh, they just
hijack it. Yes. I like that. The little engine that could wants to help, but it is enslaved in the city of Ash.
Yeah, and because it's a train, it can only go on train tracks, right?
Yeah.
So they build some train tracks that basically like eventually drop into this little like...
And they just make it go in a circle and now it's trapped.
Oh yeah, they could do that. Or I was imagining they just make it so that the tracks kind of just like drop a little bit and so then the wheels just spin in place forever. But circle's actually pretty great.
Oh, like on a treadmill.
Yeah, a train treadmill.
I think I like if it's in a circle because it's a little bit more metaphorical.
Yeah.
So they built a bunch of tracks and then they got it going in a circle and then they like quickly like tore down the other way and then finished and made it a circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just flipped the switch and he gets the track switcher and then now he's stuck coulding forever. He could.
Yeah, he always could but never did.
Oh, that makes it sound like a lazy train.
He always will, but wait.
Never won't. Anyway.
But never won't?
Yeah, I think maybe we do have the boy come to City of... This is movie 2, right? So the boy...
This is movie 2.
Maybe the boy sets off in search of his friend, the generous ant, to find out, like, what has happened to him.
Oh, okay. This is going to be an Are You My Mommy sequence of events.
Well... that is another children's book that we could adapt here.
Yeah.
I wasn't so much. I was thinking like the city of Ash isn't his destination. It's just where he's stopping, and then he gets involved in some hijinks,
In some local politics.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, so the boy. Oh boy, we made we made friends for the boy last week. Do not remember them. Maybe he arrives at the city of Ash alone.
We didn't give any of them names. They just like there's person who's good with computers, person who has
the spunky one. The big one.
What if now we talked about this a little bit, but I think two children's book characters that lend themselves really well to just straight up character inserts instead of plot inserts would be Frog and Toad.
Okay.
We could have Frog and Toad as two residents of now. I have two ideas for them, and one of them we touched on before the show, but I like the idea either that Frog and Toad are like actual characters who exist in this city and become friends with the boy, or Frog and Toad are just like almost a tangential story that we don't explicitly follow. It's just sometimes their story crosses paths with the boy's story, and so he just encounters them every once in a while. And they really
tie-in point-and-click PC game series for Frog and Toad.
They really know what's going on. But they just happen to like he comes across them and they're like, oh, it's the boy again. Look, Toad, and then he's like, yeah, Frog, I suck.
Take out the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Show him oatmeal.
Show him oatmeal. What does that mean?
Yeah. They kind of show up at junctures where we don't have good transitions
where
and then do the transition.
Coming. They go wherever unrest is.
They're always
where the action
they've always got something of their own going on, but they intersect with the boy and his friends.
They could tell that maybe they're just like chronicling events.
Yeah, so
I
think
watchers.
They're not residents of the city of Ash, but they're also there when the boy is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so the boy, let's do like a meet.
Maybe they're
swamp.
there because they've heard about the little engine. They're like, there's something about. Haven't you ever wondered how the city of Ash is constantly?
Yeah, they set the boy on the path.
They're like, because they point out. Okay, so here's what they find out. They're like, haven't you ever noticed how the city of Ash only produces and never consumes? Like what is causing what creates the power?
Yes, and the boy goes,
Yeah, the boy goes, Maybe the boy gets like he shows up to the city of Ash and the robots just like beat him up or something.
Oh,
I'm just saying like.
I mean, they can, but like, why?
Well, just because it's an easy plot intro to add more characters. If like you've got your main character show up as like an outsider and he immediately has to get help from you need him to get a point of contact immediately in the city who.
Yeah. But I would like maybe he does. So he doesn't stop at the city of Ash for no reason, right? He wants something like it isn't. He wants.
Maybe he just needs to resupply.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no food in the city of Ash until he runs into Frog and Toad.
Yeah, he's just passing through because it's all robots.
It's all robots. So he's like, "What is a restaurant?" And then people are like, "Get out of my house! Like, you don't have a power port to plug into, so I can't serve you."
Okay. Does he find like humans living underground or something, or there's just no other organic life in this city of Ash?
I like if the city of Ash is like thematic as like there might be visitors, but there's no human habitations. Like everyone.
So why would humans ever come visit?
They probably wouldn't.
Okay.
Maybe all the robots are staring when the boy comes to the city of Ash.
They're all like, "Who's this?"
Like, oh, we have, and they all call them something stupid. They all say like, "Oh, we haven't seen any organics here."
Yeah. Okay. So then the city of Ash, the boy can.
So he gets to the city of Ash and he's like, "Where's a restaurant?" And then one of them is like, "Boop boop," like, "Oh, I have not seen an organic for many life cycles.
Mm-hmm.
There is a restaurant like in the northwest corner, but the restaurant is a robot restaurant, or it's just electricity, or like plasma coils."
Well, so here's what I'm thinking: the city of Ash, do they like trade with the other cities, or is it just an entirely self-sufficient? Like sequestered city that never like no one ever goes into because there's nothing for humans there. Is it like this is a total mystery?
Oh, which way works better for what we want
Maybe
to do?
the boy. Okay, how about this? Here we go. I've got something forming. The boy, he finds out maybe he's got some sort of transportation that shuts down, or
he needs power cells.
He hears that the city of Ash has an unlimited power supply, and he goes there looking for it.
Yeah,
because
so
because here's why. Because the rebellion in the city of Gears and Iron needs power. They're losing, and this could turn the tide.
Okay.
So then he goes off seeking this unlimited power source. And then, of course, he'll find out that it's actually a giant train going around in a circle, and he can't...
there's not power sources, there's just the engine.
Yeah, and he can't... That actually becomes a huge disappointment. He's like, I can't use this. But then the train is like, free me!
Yeah, it's like, please wake me up.
Kill me.
Wake me up inside.
Kill me. I can't wake up.
Yeah. All right. No, that's good. So he's got a mission. He's in the city of Ash for a reason. This is the reason. See, this is good. The reason why he gets in a fight with a bunch of robots to try to beat him up is because he's asking around about
the power
engine.
source, and they're like,
yeah, and they're all like, no one can know. So they corner him, and then Frog and Toad throw
a net.
A net.
Yeah, on the robots. They can't handle nets.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they don't have their sensors can't pick up the thin wire.
They're like, why can't I move? There's nothing on me.
They don't understand. It's all of their internal sensors say everything's 100% fine.
There's nothing on me, is there? No, I don't see anything on you.
Yeah. And then Toad throws a ball of mud at them, and it blocks their eye sensors.
Mm-hmm. And then they get the boy out, and they're like...
And then they say, like, ribbit, kid? I don't know how to do frog voices.
I think they just talk regular.
They go like, come on, kid. Are they British?
I think they might be. Right? They dress like British boys.
I'm just going to Google Frog and Toad nationality. Hold on.
Hit me.
I'm here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. One more click. Manhattan, New York. Okay.
Oh, so they're okay.
American.
So they're like a couple of... Hey, kid, what you doing here in the city of Ash?
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot if they're like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, they're Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Or Joey from Friends.
One of them is Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh! The other one is Joey
from
Friends.
The other one is Joey from Friends, yes.
Voice-wise. So one of them's got like a little bit of a lower New York accent, and the other one's like way up here. This is probably Toad, and this one is Frog.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I'm hopping here.
And they... Oh... So there's like QR code, like citizen passes, right? That they have to show the robot scanners.
Yeah.
And then Toad is just like... Wait... I think it has to be Frog. I forget what either Toad or Frog says like, hold on, kid, this is gonna get dicey. And then like goes like, and like puts him in his mouth.
Yeah. Frog just inflates. I mean? Yeah, you know how like frogs can inflate their little chin sack?
And he's like, hold on. And then like, all
right, kid, this is gonna get gross.
And then there's only two life forms because it's just Frog and Toad now, and they show them the citizen badges.
But they are like, why do you have two heartbeats? He's like, that's just how frogs do.
Yeah, it's like, it's been a while. Frogs have definitely evolved, and the robots are like updating data banks.
Yeah. Okay. So, why are Frog and Toad there? Also to...
I think
find the power source? Are they just like rascally thieves?
Okay, yeah. They're just a thieving crew that happens to also be casing the engine.
They're just our Han Solos?
Yeah, and they of course have like maps of the factories and stuff like that already, because we don't need to worry about actually like getting those, right? Like,
Yeah. They've already cased the joint.
Yeah,
they're like,
we just need you.
So initially, like they're just gonna leave the boy to his fate, but then they realize like, hey, this guy, we can use him.
Yes,
and he's expendable at first, but then they decide they love him. Okay. So Frog and Toad and the boy.
Yeah, I want them to, like... I really think we can round it out if they find a robot ally.
Yeah, robot ally.
Somebody in the city of Ash that's like, oh, I can plug in and R2-D2 boop boop beep boop into the thing and...
Yes. Okay. So maybe we find like a janitor robot who's like, I am so sick of cleaning up all the shit. I don't even understand where the shit comes from. We're all robots who keep shitting in here.
No person in the city makes it, but it's there.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it.
I'm so tired of it.
Well, yeah, he actually... No, okay, I guess not. But he finds out that there's another robot whose job is to spread shit to the other robot to clean, because otherwise neither of them would have a purpose.
Yes. Okay. So then they get him to like.
That's what they buy. They buy from other people biological waste, and then they export their like battery cells or whatever.
Okay, so they do export. They're not like self-contained, secluded.
Yeah. But the boy for the revolution needs
He needs their power.
the engine. Yeah.
The unlimited engine. He's heard of it because they make good batteries, but their batteries run out. And he's heard tell.
And they're not rechargeable.
He's heard tell of a battery that never runs out.
Yes.
That powers the city.
The Etern engine, the Engeternity.
Well, he doesn't know it's an engine.
The Infinigen.
He doesn't know it's an engine.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a power source, an infinite power source. Okay, and then we'll say, is this just going to be like an Ocean's 11 style heist then?
I really, really want it to be an Ocean's 11 style heist.
So I think it starts as an Ocean's 11 style heist, and then when they get in there and they discover it's a train, then it becomes, how do we get this train out?
Yeah, it becomes a kidnapping, taken situation.
And then we get good action where they're like on the train, and we get a train chase.
Oh my god, dude, we get a train chase because they have to switch the track.
So they somehow, in secret, rig up the train so that it can run off tracks and then get it out of the city.
Yes, they just put like huge off-roading wheels on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Or like those treads that like construction trucks or like tanks have.
Like tanks.
Yeah, that's probably the one we're gonna do. Is like treads.
Mm-hmm. Like tank treads.
Tank treads. Yes, dude.
That'd be very good. And then he becomes the big beefy engine that can and will.
Mm-hmm. And is free to, which is the important part.
And is free. The little engine that is free to.
Yeah.
That's
so they like so we have Janabot?
Janitorial bot.
Mm.
Janitorial unit 725.
And everyone just calls him Fiverr.
Fiverr. Yeah.
He names himself Fiverr as an act of rebellion.
Yeah, he gives himself a unique identity.
Call me Fiverr.
Call me Fiverr.
Right.
Oh,
I have decided he's definitely Australian. Yeah.
Everyone here is a robot except me. Call me.
Oh, does he have? Is that how he's malfunctioning? Is that he thinks he's not a robot?
He thinks he's human. He insists that he's human.
That would be so good.
Okay, but like, if that's the case, hold up. If that's the case, should he be the shit-spreading robot?
Yes. He's
like, I'm human. Look, I produce waste.
Yeah, and then he opens a hatch and just.
And so the robot authorities have been chasing him for a very long time because he's ruining their system.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's
stupid.
really good. So, like Frog and Toad know that this guy has been making news, right? He's the Phantom Pooper, and they're like, we gotta get this dude.
Yeah,
and
he must know the ins and outs of every building there is because he's been pooping everywhere. Because
he's been sneaking into them, pooping and leaving again.
Oh god.
We have an opportunity for some really good moments too, where it's like, like there's like an electrified floor, and he's like, and Fiverr is like, I can't walk across that, I'll die. And they're like, dude, you're a robot, you'll be fine. And he's like, no, I'll get shocked.
Wouldn't a robot also get shocked though? Robots don't like getting.
But he's okay, it's a floor that's really hot. It's poisonous gas.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow that.
And he's like, I'll die. And they're like, no, and then like that, like Frog is like, I'll cast a spell on you so that you won't die, but it's just because he's a robot.
Yeah, and
but they have to trick him into thinking he's safe as a human.
And then it turns out that he's actually just spreading chocolate around, but the robots don't know any better.
Yeah, well, I think that Frog, Toad, and the boy figured that out really fast.
Yeah, because the boy's like, I'm so hungry. Why don't they have food here?
And he eats the robots.
Yeah, but it's chocolate.
But no, yeah, they all know it's chocolate, but he doesn't, and he's super grossed out.
Yeah.
Fiverr is super grossed out. He's like, wow, I don't even know how to handle this.
I don't even know.
I think he tries to run away, and they convince him to come back. Because eating is not cool. We don't endorse that at Rebootleggers.
Yeah. We don't even condone that a little bit. Like, don't eat.
No, it's not hilarious, and it's not what I'm
And if someone tells you it's chocolate, don't. Okay, so they plan this heist, and then they do get the train out, of course, and the train is like, I'd given up hope for so long, but now I know I can.
I can. And it just breaks right out of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There's a conveniently placed wall to break through.
Yeah, and then here's what I'm... maybe at the end...
The city starts to shut down, right?
City of Ash shuts down. Yeah.
And so does Fiverr.
Oh, that'd be so sad. But yeah, or does Fiverr get to remain alive as long as he remains upon the engine?
We're gonna do a Pokemon the movie with it. We get a really good where Fiverr's like, what is happening?
Yes.
I'm human. No, I'm human.
Yes. Okay, so then Fiverr dies, but then they're like, quick, get him on the engine. And then when they get him back on the engine, he boots back up.
He wakes back up again. And they're all just like, good to see you, buddy. You're definitely human, but don't ever walk away from this engine.
Okay, so
it's got like 100-meter range. Don't walk away.
Yes. Okay, so then what if, so when it ends, they're going to like part ways, and Frog and Toad are like, he's like, so where are you guys going to go next? They're like, well, we heard about an Ent still roaming around. And he's like, what? So then he changes his plans to go find the Ent. Maybe like the whole rest of the series is just like chasing the MacGuffin of the Ent, but we never see it again until the last movie.
Oh, right at the very end, he finally finds his friend, the generous Ent.
Mm-hmm.
And he has destroyed nations and raised a kingdom in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And started World War.
Mm-hmm.
But he found his friend. That's what's important.
Yeah. He's shirking his responsibility to go help the rebels.
In his front coat pocket, or his inside coat pocket, is a picture of the generous Ent.
Mm-hmm.
And every night he takes it out and he looks at it and he says, "I'll find you, my friend." And then looks up at the starry sky.
Yeah. Okay. So Frog and Toad. Why? I like it, but I also don't, because that means that he's abandoning the rebels to go look for the Ent. Maybe he says, I have something else I have to do, but I'll meet you there, and then he takes the engine home.
Well, no, here's an easy way. So Frog and Toad are talking to the boy, and the boy says, like, hey, you guys have been around. Have you heard anything about an Ent that like went wild or around here?
Mm-hmm.
And Frog and Toad say, there's been some rumors that there was an Ent that got captured by insert another city here.
Yeah, okay.
So then he has to lead the rebellion to capture that city.
Yes. Okay. Maybe he says, let me know if you hear about this. So then in the next movie, it starts out, he's back in the city of Gears and Iron. They take it, and then he hears, like, halfway through. So they basically win the rebellion halfway through.
His beeper buzzes, and it says, like, Frog and Toad, call me back.
Yes, exactly. They win the rebellion halfway through in the next movie, and then Frog and Toad call him, and they're like, hey, we've got something. You need to come to where? What's movie 3? Is this a trilogy? Is this a 7-movie series?
I think this is going to be a saga, is what the modern term for it is.
Okay, but that could be any
We don't stop,
number.
And then the last one is 2 parts.
A saga could be any number, though.
Yeah, because we don't know.
Well,
we're going to find out.
All we do, what I thought we knew was that, we should go to the City of Dreams next, Drugtown.
Oh, yes. Okay, we'll go to the City of Dreams, and then I guess number 4 would be the City of Bones.
City of Bones, which, as we all know, is Pound Town, and where people go to die.
Which is Pound Town, yeah.
Okay, wow, it's already been weird. That's about when we usually wrap it up. Okay, well, that was so fast. I feel like either we didn't have enough or we did really good. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you everybody so much for listening. You can, as always, find us on how do I do this? Hang on.
It's an internet website accessible by going to any internet browser.
Yeah.
And typing the following letters in sequence.
Thanks everybody for listening. We really are glad you're here. If you like the show, please take a minute to review us on Apple Podcasts, also known as iTunes. Positive reviews really help us out in terms of visibility and spread. And if you know someone who you think might like the show, tell them about it. Until next time, I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Sarah.
And Frank, what's our password for next week?
Our password for next week is choo choo. Unhinge my jaw like a cobra.